we have in studio with us Chris Maduka. Chris, good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Charles. Good morning, numerous viewers from across the globe. Welcome to another day of Signature Television Newspaper Review. Happy to be here.
Indeed. So Tinubu is making efforts to dismantle democratic foundations. Odinkalu Ojudu, Jinadu, 15 others are warning. What's your take on this?
For 15 good citizens of Nigeria to notice that the democratic structures are being dismantled gradually, directly and indirectly, is a warning that we should not pretend we didn't hear. You know? And to look at the riders on that newspaper, the Tribune, they warn against country's march towards one party. And one party state, it's almost like what they call it, a dictatorship. And evidently, that is what is playing out. I don't know whether the politicians notice that. If there is, maybe this is part of our growing democracy, because there's nowhere we fathomed in our greatest imagination that someday everybody will be, going into one party. It's not, nobody could have imagined that. It's not like it's not you see, close your eyes and open and say one day everybody will be speaking with one voice in Nigeria. But this speaking with one voice has corruption and probably abuse of power at the center and fear and palpitation for those who their hands are soiled, because you can't go into Nigerian politics without soiling your hands. So going into Nigerian politics is like soiling your hands, and somebody who also soiled his hand because he has higher power can use it against you. We have had the issue of EFCC being set against political opposition. EFCC have not come out to defend that and told us how they do the operations. And some politicians, whether rightly or wrongly, have openly accused that they are being hunted because they are in opposition. And a very powerful former chairman, party chairman, national chairman of APC, told us that if you join APC, your sins are forgiven. It was like a joke. But we have seen people who have some elements of allegations against them, either financial or otherwise, and they joined PDP, and those things disappeared. So, whether they right or wrongly, everybody wants to go into where your sins are forgiven. I mean, everyone is afraid of hell, going to hell even after sinning. I live in this life, and I know I have some element of sin following me. I'm asking for grace of God. So if somebody come and said, join me and your sins are forgiven, I can also decide to join 90 million flies if that will make my sins to be forgiven. But the funny thing is that the 90 million flies, what did they eat where they go? And they're asking for people to join them. That is also the irony. So it's something that we see working out, and the sooner we warn, and if nobody sees it coming out, just close your eyes. Imagine in Nigeria where we have all the 36 states and Abuja, that is 37 as it were, all in one party.
But devastating, really.
So just imagine it. How many left to go? Every day we look like joke. Delta is down. How many to go?
Well, the report what we're seeing is that we had rumors of Enugu, Rivers. Rivers is understandable because, he has to play the politics in order to save his seat. And then we heard about Enugu, and then we heard about Akwa Ibom. These are the four for now.
We're expecting that in 2027 we have the presidential election. And in 2025, precisely in April, we were losing a great number of people to the ruling party. Even what is happening in the recent past, continue in the recent future, the warning of Odinkalu and Ojudu and Jinadus and all will have come to pass. You see, We see Nigerians will always close our eyes and walk into a difficult situation and expecting that somebody will come and help and save us.
I thought politics is mostly local, because local in the sense that you must have to, tinker with the minds of people who would vote for you directly. Why is the political parties, especially the governors who are planning to, defect, why are they not speaking to the people? And because it's for the people that would vote. The president will not leave his seat at the federal, come and vote for you in the state. Because what we're getting, the information we're getting is that Delta State people are not with Obovawere for defecting to APC.
We see that work is in a system, ideal system. The people should be listened to, consulted. I've said it several times.
Yeah.
In Nigerian systems, how many of the politicians jumping ship got to those positions with people's vote? Let us be very frank. We have a very faulty system in our electoral structure. It's not only me that has said it. It played out 95% in 2023.
But it's not Tinubu that also gave him...
No, nobody is calling Tinubu in this case. Nigerians, I'm talking about Nigeria. Tinubu is a Nigerian. And the Nigerians in 2023 got the president they deserve. I have always said, every climb, every tribe, every group of people, every era, period, will decide what they want to do. Nigeria in 2023 got the kind of president they want. Who is a Nigerian in Nigeria, breathing Nigerian air, Nigerian happening to not their president and the governed and the governors. So we have taken what we are reaping, what we sow. Whenever we get tired that we have sowed maize and we are reaping maize, we go and sow wheat or decide to change. So the power of how this Nigeria runs still runs in our hand. If, for whatever reason, some people who have made it sure that poverty has been weaponized, everybody is looking for a stomach structure instead of this national infrastructure, then we take it that way, chop and die. We go and chop food and die, chop and die. And that's what happened. Imagine the number of people who have died of hunger after 2023. Some of them collected 2,000 naira. Some of them collected gari wrapped in plastics and the street of Lagos. Are they still taking that? I'm sure most of them would have died. And then, but this is a system that allows one individual get so corrupt that he can buy over no nation. If you have, I'm a Nigerian, this system allows me to amass as much as trillions. Am I not talking about naira? I'm not so unpatriotic, but naira. I'm talking about hard currency, trillions, and I'm moving it around this country. There's nothing I cannot buy, Charles. This one we blame people, blame the umpires, blame judges, blame everybody in this world has a price. I'm sorry to say. So if this nation allows one individual to become so powerful and got so much money, unregulated, he can buy off anything. Imagine yourself, I've used this story once. You are the Chief Judge, Attorney General of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and somebody said, I want you to compromise this case, I'll give you 100 billion now. What will you say? He has offered you a bribe, you cannot refuse. If you refuse, you die. If your children do not kill you, your village people will kill you. Because that money can, there's a word in the Bible, it says the prayer of a saint availeth much. That money can avail much in Nigeria. So, the system that allows one individual to have that money, when you talk, I buy you over. If you talk, I buy you over. And we see it playing now. We have bullion van politicians in this country. And they're spending their money. Of course, they made the money. You allow them to make the money. So you can't decide the morality of what happened. Who are you to? But the system first allowed them. Some of them in this country cannot make such money, though the countries where they go to invest.
Absolutely.
Even in those places, that's why some corrupt politicians, even across those places, we think they're so holy. When their money gets to a certain point, they bring it to Africa in form of charity, register charity, and bring it here and turn it over and take it back. Because there is any foundation, they say they're coming to Africa to pursue, to fight malaria. They will send their own people to come and manage it and take back the fund. So they are laundering money in these international aids and charity they do. Because they can't spend it abroad. If it is there, that system will tax whatever they put in the bank 500%. So they find out there's no need making the money. So the only thing they will do is to register charities. People who do not know it will think they are coming to help you. Nobody helps nobody. They are just laundering their money into charity. But even Nigeria here, without registering even one single village charity, you can't even do nothing. You can have that kind of money in Nigerian bank. Let the politicians put their money from Nigerian banks and see how Nigerian bank will crumble. Because they are going to smiling and declaring large profits and dividends where their people are dying. Where did the money come in? Is the money politicians in Nigeria are wandering around the banks? This system is faulty. That allows one individual to get so corrupt that he can buy anybody over. So you are waiting for your own turn. I'm not putting our dear president of Middle Class. So if you make that kind of money, the system allows you, and you can declare it's your turn. And when it's your turn, you dispose things. You decide what goes to where. Do you understand? So that's about it. That's about it. So much. Yeah,
well, PDP calls emergency meeting to halt Hurricane Tinubu.
Latest people start on the PDP stuff. There's no Hurricane Katrina. There's no Hurricane Tinubu. There's no Hurricane. What they should be fighting is the internal hurricane. PDP hurricane is hunting PDP. So let it not, why blaming another man? These people, when they had ordinary wind blowing around them, they went partying, smiling and going to court. The thing developed into what we call the wild wind. That was at that time the PDP was at holidays. The thing got to tornado level. They now started giving a baptismal name. For as far as I'm concerned, our dear president, Tinubu, in that regard, I know so many things we expect him to do. Tinubu, what they call it, tornado, or whatever they call it, Katrina, whatever they want, has nothing to do. This is a matter of the way PDP made their math. They are lying perfectly on it, and they are comfortable. And this one is the crocodile tears. None of them there. Let them prove us. None of them in PDP are sincere with their union. They are strange bedfellows. All of them have hand in somewhere. And like I told you, if you have somebody, you have a bird who is usually will fly from heaven and perch on the ground. And suddenly what that bird is carrying on his neck, the necklace the bird is wearing, just you find the bird perpetually must walking around the ground like chicken. Where will he? The guy will perpetually live on the earth. So PDP is on the cross of self-destruction, and somebody is come to help them. Who are they blaming? They say, what are they stopping? You didn't stop water when it was at your knee. Now it's at your neck.
But what can they really do?
You ask me? Mm-hmm. They already plan what they want to do. They plan to fail, so they will fail. They will say, tell them. That's why you're putting words in my mouth. Somebody didn't plan to succeed. What do we do? He will fail. These are core politicians who are almost pioneering all the parties. Who is in any party in Nigeria that didn't come from PDP? You're asking me what they do? They know what they do, but they didn't want to do it. They know what to do. All these ones, they're not talking so that they will look like they're talking. Because I know federal government gives them money.
Give PDP money?
Parties, they get money from parties. Don't you know?
I don't know that.
Parties get money. They get as much as 50 million from government. I don't know whether it stopped. That was why you had the avalanche of parties when we have over 52 parties registered in Nigeria.
Like, is it statutory?
It's statutory because they have to run. You cannot, because you are sitting government and allow them. Where will they? In Nigeria, they have to run their offices. And so some parties who have 2-man membership get 50 million, they go to holidays until another election time. But I think it's always coming once during election. There's a way they do it. But parties in Nigeria get money from federal government. So the sooner they find a way of what to do with it. But they shouldn't, there's no to Tinubu or anything. They should leave the man alone. They cause their own wahala as far as I'm concerned. I sat on this seat crying. NDLA raid a Lagos hotel, that's Daily Times, and recovers 1.042 billion naira worth of illicit drugs consignment. You know, most of the times we get this kind of news. From now, that's it. You will not hear it again. Are you following?
Yeah, I'm following you.
Well, how many times have we had this kind of news? And you guys are journalists. Sometimes you follow up. From the story of NDLA, it's not started today. They make big hauls like this. Where did the money go? Where did this drug go? What happens to what they recovered? Where is it paid in? Who is in control? Because let it not be that some Nigerians are running from fire to frying pan. Let it not be what I'm thinking of round robin. Let it not be, because it's Nigerians with the NDLA, Nigerians operated by Nigerians, who Nigerians are happen and running their blood, doing this against Nigerians who are illicit drug addicts, who are drug barons, and all in Nigeria that actually allow this kind of haul to manage here and go. And this one day. So once in a while you hear NDLA in the news making such hauls. Nobody has followed up to say what happens later. Obi has gone to army. Where is the boot? That's what we're waiting for. Because the last duty of a man is not this fight and die. It's to live and tell the story. Let us hear the story. Yeah. And that's about that time. Let's look at the last one we take and then we'll call it quits.
Okay, that's because of
the
time.
solar panel import may trigger 150% price surge, worsen energy cost crisis.
Yes.
Yesterday, I was because of time, we didn't talk about that. We had that the presidency is installing solar panel
In different institutions.
in Aso Rock.
Yes, there's one for Asura, but there's also one for across institutions. There's
So
six
once
institutions.
the federal government installed
10 billion naira
solar,
worth of solar.
10 billion, they invest 10 billion in solar, and then you and me will remain on national grid, and then there will be no power failure again in Nigeria. When the leaders, it was what one analysis somebody was making. He said, you go to pay for your bills in NEPA office that they're using generator. So the irony of Nigeria is so incredible. I can only say, Charles, God bless Nigeria. When I get my own money, I install my own solar.
Anyways, thank you, Chris Maduka, for your insights on the program this morning. Truly appreciate it. So we're back after this. Do stay with us.
Signature TV, news in your pocket.